Hello Gaudi and welcome to your science lesson this week. It is week beginning Monday the 18th of January. I know it might not be Monday today when you watch it, but the week beginning is Monday the 18th of January. In this lesson, can I explain the importance of healthy eating for humans? Keeping healthy. We all need a balanced and nutritious diet to stay healthy and survive. A balanced diet is made up of a number of different food groups. Here is a balanced plate. So the green section over here, where you will find the fruit and vegetables. The yellow section is the grains, cereals and potatoes. The blue section, you will find yogurt, cheese, dairy and milk products. You have the meat section up here, which includes the eggs, the fish, the meat, and you have fats and sugars. What do you notice about the size of the different sections? That's right, you can see that the green section of fruit and vegetables is much larger than the meats and the fats and sugars, and the grains and the cereals and the potatoes are almost virtually the same size. The smallest section is the fats and sugars. The green section, where you have the broccoli, the bananas, tomatoes and all the other fruit and vegetables that you like, you need to eat those because they provide you with the vitamins and minerals to keep your body functioning correctly. The yellow section, which is the cereals, grains and potatoes, includes the cereal that you eat in the morning, maybe the slice of toast or the sandwiches you eat, the wraps. You have all the different kinds of pasta, the potatoes, and even rice. They provide you with the energy to keep going all day. The blue section, which are the dairy products, they provide you with calcium and some of the protein. Here you'll find milk, yogurt, cheese. The red section provides you with the majority part of the protein, which again is the fish, meat. Oh, guess what I forgot last time? The nuts. Nuts is also in here in this section. Hazelnuts, peanuts, cashew nuts, walnuts, and they provide you with the majority. That means the most amount of protein that you need. And the last section, I can't read it, but I'm sure I can remember, is the fats and sugars. And as you can see, it's the smallest part, and these are the essential fats. Your body needs some type of fat to keep it going, so you can have a little bit of chocolate if you wanted to. What are the problems of taking food into space? Turn to your teddy. I'll pause the video to have a think. So the problems being that we need to eat fresh food. However, after our lesson on astronauts' food, we know that fresh food would not survive in space. Can you remember why? That's right, they didn't have a fridge freezer. The missions are very long, which means they can't have fresh food as it will go off by going mouldy. And here are some very unpleasant photos. For example, the fresh fruit would go off quite quickly, as would the bread. I think let's move on really quickly. Here we go. The scientists freeze dry the food before they take it into space. Freeze drying is when they remove all the water from the frozen food. After flash freezing the food, they remove the water by using a vacuum, with the food being completely frozen during the process. That's all the water's taken out and it's packaged into plastic packets, as you can see here. Freeze-dried food lasts longer than other processed food and is very light, which makes it perfect for space travel. It also keeps its taste and smell and texture and keeps it nutritious. Here is a video clip we'd like you to watch. It's in this week's playlist. Watch this video to get a better understanding of how difficult it is to get food into space. It also looks at how valued fresh food is for astronauts. So you can either pause the video here and have a look at the video clip in the playlist, or you could watch it now. Could astronauts only eat burgers in space every day? Turn to your partner, pause the video here. Why not? Because, let's find out, because having lots of the same food is unhealthy and it is not a nutritious, balanced diet. Do you remember the perfect plateful that we had a look right at the beginning? We need to have everything. We need to eat all types of food in moderation. So we need a slightly larger portion of fruit and vegetables and carbohydrate than we do of meat. We need slightly larger portion of the dairy products than we do of the sugars and fats. So it's not eating the same amount of everything, but eating all types of food in moderation and keeping it balanced. Your task: you're going to create your own healthy meal for an astronaut that has just returned from the ISS mission. You need to make sure it is nutritious, balanced, and looks tasty. You need to explain why you chose these foods. Remember, we need to think back to the other lesson where we tried the food to create your meal. So in last lesson, you had a look at the dried food that we asked you possibly you could taste. So you've got two options here. Number one, you can either draw and label and write sentences, or you can find the food in your home and write sentences about your balanced meal. Here we go. Here's the balanced meal. We've got part of a balanced meal. Here we have the fruit and vegetables. Fruit, I don't think it's fruit, more like vegetables. So on our plate, we've got the vegetables on our plate. We've got the potatoes, which form part of the carbohydrate. And we also have a cheesecake, which is part of the fats and sugars. What's missing? That's right, protein is missing from this area. So we need to put something from the protein section on our plate. I'd like you to explain why you've chosen it. For example, I have chosen potatoes because it will give the astronaut lots of energy. I have chosen steamed vegetables because it will provide the astronaut with nutrients and vitamins. I have chosen cheesecake because it will give the astronaut fats that they need, and they won't have had any since they left Earth. Sometimes desserts can be quite difficult to carry through when you're going into space travel. If you forget what the perfect plate looks like, you can always pause the video and go back to the beginning. And also you can go back to if you forget why we eat certain types of food. We look forward to looking at all your perfect plates, Gaudi. See you next time.